today I wanted to share with you why I do not watch the news. So a couple years ago, I was again reading this book, The Compound Effect. And one of the ideas that was in the book was if you have a clean glass and you put dirty water in it, dirty water is going to come out and you're going to have a dirty glass. If you put clean water in it and you drink it or dump it out or whatever, you'll have a clean glass. So if we think about our brains and our minds as the glass, and what we put in it is the information we surround itself with, what we consume, what we watch, what we listen to, what we choose to be a part of. Those are the different kinds of liquids you can put in the glass. So if I think about what the news is, the news tells me things about the world. I would say, now this is my own interpretation, I would say maybe 80% of what we see on the news is negative. There are murders, there are viruses, there are diseases, there are things that aren't physically impacting us in our day-to-day life, and we know about them because of the news, right? We're more likely to hear about a robbery, a murder, some people being mistreated a couple states away, not towns, not usually even within our state. If it's within our state, we usually know about it. But we find out about the things that are important to us for the most part. So, in my experience, the news gives us this negative information that we start to form a world view on. Now, I've been also reading this book called Vagabonding, and he says that when we go into those other worlds, we discover that it's actually no more dangerous for the most part. Like, for the majority of the places in the world, it's not much more dangerous to go out into those countries, say Argentina or a lot of places in Europe, or I don't know, I'm just making stuff up, but it's really not that much more dangerous than it is for us to step outside of our front door every day. Sure, there's things we don't know. Sure, there might be people taking advantage of us. It's happening here too. There's no shortage of people trying to take advantage of us. But at the same time, our perception of it and what we think of it and how we act because of it is based on our feelings. And I think that the news gives us negative feelings about the rest of the world. I think that the news, for the most part, NBC, ABC, CBS, those places, I think that they give us these views that we don't want to go out in the world. We want to stay safe at home, and I believe it breeds fear. So instead, I listen to podcasts, I listen to audiobooks, I make my own videos, and when I get home, I try to tune the news out, or maybe I'll listen to something funny so that I can at least be entertained, informed, and at least be laughing. So I'll listen to Trevor Noah, I'll listen to John Oliver, Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert. I think that sometimes we miss out on a lot of laughing. I know I'm often a serious person because I care so much about people succeeding in whatever it is that they're working on, and I miss laughing. And so I think that's important for me. If I'm gonna watch news, I'm gonna watch it through those guys right there, because they make it entertaining, make it enjoyable, and I get a good joke out of it. Maybe I can pass on the joke and allow us to not look so seriously at sometimes the grim looking future. Our 45th president, sometimes it feels like we have a pretty rough future ahead of us. He doesn't believe in climate change. Like, those things have been taken off the White House website, and Elon Musk is on one of the boards, and he was the only one saying, look, we need to take climate change seriously. And sometimes it's a grim looking future, but if we are cynical about it, we probably won't do much about it, because we'll say, oh, it's gonna happen anyway. If we're optimists about it, maybe we're actually in action. So I think more about what the news does to me than what it delivers me. Some people say they need to know the news so they can stay well informed. I would say to be a good voter, to be a good citizen, I'm pretty sure you could ask a couple people what you want to know, or you could do a little, if it's time and you think it's like, oh, it's part of my time and it's good use of my time because it works in with my schedule, that's fine. call somebody up, form a relationship with somebody instead of forming a relationship with a TV network that has no relationship with you. Really just think about it. What does the news do to you? Does it keep you well informed? If it does, what information are you receiving that's so important that you would miss out on things if you didn't know it? I would say for the most part it turns into a conversation around the lunch table, but what if we were talking about ourselves instead of all the things that are wrong with the world or right with the world? At the end, I think it's smart that a couple of the different stations, they end on a positive note and they say high five of the week, or person of the week or something, and that's great. I enjoy watching that part. Why can't all news be like that? It's not like they're covering everything that is going on in the world. They're covering a certain specific thing, and my guess is they're probably more interested in ratings and making sure that people are watching than giving you the information that you may need to live a successful and happy life. And what sells? People finding out murders. I know my ears even perk up, not because I really want to hear about a murder, but like our brains are interested in sort of the gossip part of that. So really just think about it. If you watch the news and you defend it, you say, I should be watching the news and this is why I do, please put it in the comments below. Help me understand. I think I've been a lot more positive person since choosing to do other things instead of watch the news when I get home or listening to news radio. If you like this talk, give it a like. If you want more of them, please subscribe. And I look forward to delivering more content to you. Stay weird.